The movie begins at a huge sorority house party where the girls are throwing a rager, having a grand old time. You know, typical college stuff. The upperclassmen in the sorority all meet together in one of their bedrooms because they are planning on pulling a prank on one of their sister's ex-boyfriends. The girl's name is Megan, and the rest of the girls are trying to get back at him for cheating on her. Megan goes into the other room and seduces Garrett, and they go lay down on her bed and start kissing. As they are kissing, she starts vomiting, and white stuff is flowing out of her mouth, and Garrett has no idea what to do. Garrett thinks she is really dying, so he makes all of them take her to the hospital to get medical attention. But they all know it's just a prank. He is freaking the hell out though, and blaming himself for what is happening. Jessica tells them to pull the car over, and she tells Garrett that they should bury the body to hide the evidence so he doesn't go to jail for the rest of his life. They pull the car over, get out, and while they are all talking to one another, Garrett grabs a tire iron and stabs Megan in the chest when no one else is looking. They all start freaking out, and Garrett said he had to get the air out of her lungs before they dumped her in the water, and they all tell him it was a prank and it wasn't real, but he just killed her for real this time. Cassidy, the main protagonist, says to call 911, but the president of the sorority, Jessica, said they can't do that, and it will ruin their lives if they turn themselves in. She wants to bury the body and never speak of it again. They decide to vote on it, and Jessica gets her way, and they all majority vote to never speak of this night again and never tell anyone what happened to Megan. They all work together to dump Megan's body down an oil well, hopefully to never be seen again. Cassidy does not feel right about this, but they all said if she tells the police, they will all say it was all Cassidy's idea. We then jump 8 months later, and all of the sisters are getting ready to graduate and move on to the big girl world. And it's fairly obvious Cassidy isn't very close with her sisters anymore and is ready to get the hell out of Dodge. We also meet her boyfriend, Andy, who has been dating her for many years. He is a very intelligent young man, will be the class speaker at graduation, and pretty much all Cassidy is left. The sorority is having a luncheon for the graduates as a way to say goodbye to college, and all of their parents and families are there as well. As the girls are talking to the audience, the girls that were involved in Megan's death all see a ghost of Megan walking around the crowd, and Ellie starts freaking out and drops her wine glass and screams. Turns out it wasn't a ghost of Megan, but it is her high school senior sister who looks just like her, and she wants to rush the sorority next year when she gets enrolled. She wants to come to their big end-of-the-year party tonight, but Jessica said that would be against the recruiting rules. All of the girls then get a message on their phone, and it is a picture of a black glove holding the tire iron that was used to kill Megan. Even has her dried blood on it, and the girls all think it is Garrett. But his sister, Chug, says he would never do that. But no one else knows besides them and Garrett, unless someone else was there that they didn't see. The sorority house mom has a get-together to tell all of the seniors how much they will be missed, and she gifts them all a bracelet with 22 links to symbol the 22 members of the sorority and how they will be sisters forever. Something tells me she doesn't know about the murder her sisters participated in. The girls then get all of the kegs and party decorations ready to throw their end-of-the-year party and the last big time to let loose before joining the adult world. Chugs heads over to her therapist's house for her appointment that she does every week, and they tend to do a little more than just therapy whenever she goes to visit him. The doctor is handcuffed to his bed, and he tells Chugs he needs her help, so she goes into the bathroom to freshen up, and then someone else walks in the room and he is killed by a masked killer. Chugs doesn't hear this happening, and when she comes out of the bathroom, she is looking for the doctor. But he's nowhere to be found, and then the killer shows up behind her and slams a wine bottle down her throat, killing her. At the sorority house, one of the girls, Claire, is taking a shower getting ready for the party, and she starts getting all paranoid someone is in the bathroom with her. But it turns out just to be one of the freshman girls trying to shower in the senior bathroom. Another freshman girl is in there though, and she is hiding because she doesn't want to get caught for breaking the rules. But bad news for her as the killer shows up after Claire leaves and dispatches of the freshman pretty damn easily. Wrong place, wrong time, sweetheart. Ellie is downstairs doing some cleaning in the basement, and she notices a jacket in there that she knows is familiar. And when she takes a closer look at it, it is the same jacket that was wrapped around Megan's body when they threw her down the well. So someone brought it back, and she tells all of the sisters, and they all start freaking out thinking someone else knows what they did. They think it is Garrett, but he won't answer his phone or anything when they try getting a hold of him, and Chugs won't answer her phone either. Party time comes that night and they all are trying to enjoy it, but it is pretty difficult considering the stuff they have been experiencing lately, and we also see someone in a black hood walking into the party. But we don't get to see their face, of course. Claire's boyfriend is downstairs in the basement walking around looking for something Claire asked him to grab, and he's then met by the killer as well, and is taken out with relative ease by the same tire iron. Ellie is also down in the basement while this is happening, and she sees the kill happen and she runs out of the house screaming because of what she just saw, making a big scene amongst the guests. All of the girls meet in the room to ask Ellie what she saw, and Ellie tells them she saw someone in a hooded graduation gown brutally murder Claire's boyfriend. Jessica and Cassidy go check it out, and they see for themselves he was taken out and completely manhandled, so we should assume it was someone strong who killed him. Jessica then gets a text message from Megan's number saying, "You know where you killed me. Meet me there now." Cassidy goes to tell her boyfriend Andy that she wants him to head home for the night, and she will tell him everything that is happening the following day, but in the meantime, they are all going to go to the oil well in Jessica's car, as the text message requested they do. Cassidy, Jessica, Claire and Ellie all meet at the spot, and they are met by Garrett, who is very upset about something, and he comes charging at them with a shard of glass, so Jessica thinks of the bright idea to run him over with her car and kill him. Jessica assumed he was behind all of this, but when Cassidy checks his phone, he received the same message they all did about meeting there. Ellie thinks it is the ghost of Megan that is haunting them, and they decide the best way to find out is to go down in the well and see if her body is there or not. When Cass gets down there, she sees the words "Theta Pi must die" written in blood on the wall. The girls then return to the house after the party has ended, and everyone has went home. For the only reason it being a horror movie, they all decide to split up, except for Ellie and Cassidy, the only two likable ones. Claire is then met outside by the killer and she tries to run inside, but the killer wraps her legs with a rope and then shoves a flare down her throat, killing her. The girls all run upstairs and are met by the house mom, and then Jessica accidentally spills the beans that they killed Megan, and they think her ghost is back terrorizing them and killing them off one by one. Jessica also reveals that she told her boyfriend Kyle about them killing Megan, and maybe he is the one that is truly behind all of this. The house mom tells them all to wait in the room, and she goes downstairs with her shotgun and starts blasting off rounds at the killer. But the gun gets jammed, and the killer takes her out with the same tire iron used to kill Megan. Jessica's boyfriend then walks in the room, and he is wearing the same gown, so they all believe he is really the killer, but they don't know why he would want revenge for killing Megan. He gets a hold of Cassidy and is about to take her out because he believes the only way for him and Jessica to be free from this mess and move on with their lives together is if everyone else is dead. Cassidy's boyfriend, Andy, then shows back up and stabs him in the back of the head. Cassidy then sees Megan's phone in Andy's pocket, and she realizes Andy was the killer this whole time. Jessica walks in the room and she tries pleading to Andy that she won't tell a soul, but he is having none of it and slams the tire iron straight through her mouth, killing her instantly. Andy tells Cassidy that he did this for her and had to make sure anyone that knew what happened was dead so no one else would ever find out the truth and they could live happily ever after. He just killed all of her sorority sisters and he thinks she's just going to let it go? Sure thing, Andy. Cassidy asks Andy how he knew about the Megan incident, and he said that Ellie told him the night after it happened, and she is the only one left, so they need to go take her out, and then they will be free to live their lives together. Cassidy wants no part of killing Ellie because that is her best friend in the whole sorority. Cassidy goes and tries to find Ellie, but she wants to save Ellie and not kill her, but that upsets Andy, and he sets the house on fire and says he will take them all out if he has to. As Andy is giving his last big villain speech to Cassidy before he kills her, then Ellie walks in the room with a shotgun and shoots Andy dead once and for all. Cassidy and Ellie are the two final girls in this one, which I am perfectly okay with because they are the only two I actually liked. But that is it for this one, friends. Any other movies or TV series I should do? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.